Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, back with more reading the My Hero Academia manga. This is chapter 346, and my god, we're here. This is it. Last we left off, we saw the various locations of where the final battles of presumably the final arc will take place. Now, that being said, as the battles engage, they could shift, maybe more portals open up and things are exchanged. Because as we know right now, Deku isn't where he's supposed to be, so you'd think that maybe in the future there might be some exchanging of combatants in the different arenas. That's all speculation at this time, but yeah, we got about 5 set up in the last chapter, 5 different fights, and there's still a lot of people still unaccounted for. A lot of the students, we don't know where they're at. Some of the Nomu, I still want to see the USJ Nomu. Maybe it's a pipe dream of mine, but he's still alive somewhere. They had him captured in police custody. Why couldn't he have broken out during the whole, when everything went to shit, But yeah, I don't have any predictions for this chapter. It could literally go anywhere. Are we going to focus on a few fights or one fight to start off? I don't know. So let's just dive on in. Yeah. How's everyone doing, by the way? I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm recording this at 1:40 in the morning, but I feel good. All right. First panel we get is... Whoa. Okay, hold up. Everyone's getting short. All the girls are getting shorter hair. We have... What a team this is, by the way. This is a badass team right here. All right. We have 5 people. We have Bakugo in the middle. So Bakugo... Oh, it was 6 people. Oh my god. These are the people that are helping Bakugo fight against... Oh my god, against Shigaraki. Yo. Okay, that's awesome. I thought it was just Genis to Bakugo. That's another thing. They didn't show everyone who's on in these teams. I knew that for a fact, but here we go. In the USJ arena that they have with Shigaraki, we have Genis in the background, Bakugo front and center, and around him we have Amajiki, Nejire, Edshot, and Mirko. That is a badass team. That is a legitimate... if you're gonna piece together a team to fight Shigaraki, this is a pretty good team. Amajiki's a little bit of an odd choice. I don't think Amajiki's weak by any means, but maybe substitute that out for someone else. I don't know. But the rest are great. And Mirko has a new haircut. It is short and she looks amazing. And the top of her right ear is indeed damaged. And she has a robotic left arm. Mirko is just so beautiful. Can we just agree she's like the most beautiful character in the entire series? And then you have Nejire, who's might be sporting a new costume. I don't know if that costume looks different. It's a different perspective than we normally get for Nejire, but it looks like a different costume. The other two look the exact same. They always have Edshot and Amajiki. All right. As we see the portal dissipating behind them, the close quarter battle ensues. Chapter 346, Super Hyper Entrapment Stage. Okay, bit of an odd title. Gina says, "What do you mean Deku isn't here? Did something happen to him?" Bakugo says, "Like I know, he got dragged into God knows where." These are the unofficial translations, by the way, but they're usually very close. Amajiki says, "This isn't looking good. If he isn't here, the conditions we set won't be met." Nejire says, "We have to let everyone else know." Mirko says, "Let's kick some ass already. The party's already started after all." Yeah. Dude, I miss Mirko. She got a grin on her face, like she's the only one here who's like smiling. The other ones all have an oh shit look on their face, but Mirko's just ready to go. That's great. Whoa, and then we cut to Shigaraki. The battle against the greatest villain in history. Whoa. Okay, and then whoa, oh, this is so weird. Oh, this is so weird. Like they're floating on this trapeze of like objects, but on the ground right below them, it's just the UA high school building. Like they're here. It just kind of blows your mind that this is where they're fighting. This like historic, like iconic scene from the whole series. Like it's just crazy. Shigaraki is flying in the air. Um, who is in control right now? I kind of wish they spotlighted Shigaraki a little bit more before they did this, but I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. If it's Shigaraki, if it's All for One, or Tenko, or some like fusion of all three, it got me. Let's just dive on in and find out. His eyes are white. They're pure white. There's no pupils there. That's creepy. The horizon is so low. We're floating. The sky. None of the jailbreakers or Liberation Army made it. I'm alone. Oh well. Don't interrupt me this time, myself. Oh, he's talking about Tenko. How Tenko kind of interrupted him last time. I assume, right? Okay, so he touches the ground. Did he land on a platform or did he land on the UA ground? But anyway, he lands on the ground and it immediately starts decaying. Typical Shigaraki opener, you know. By the way, his fingers are growing back on that hand. That's new. I don't... By the way, Shigaraki's looking pretty badass right here. The long flowing white hair. It's almost like he went Super Saiyan in his own way. But his hand, the fingers are growing back. They're like little stubby fingers. That's a new development. Crack is a wave of decay goes out in front of him. Something pops up from underneath the ground. And it springs Shigaraki into the air. Okay, so this must be that defense system that Hatsume and the others made, right? They talked about it. It was like, oh no, Nezu talked about it. How those layers of metal... they spring him into the air, kind of stopping the decay, presumably, and fling him right up to the top of this cage. And he gets zapped like a bug zapper, an electric barrier. He says, "My body's seizing up, but I can still." And then we get cables wrapping around Shigaraki. That's Genus, of course. Oh my, how unkempt, says Genus. Yo, dude, this is crazy. We're just diving into it. Like the fight right now. He slams him. It doesn't just slam him on the ground. He drags his ass across the ground. Like that would hurt so bad. He just drags Shigaraki with his giant cables as he's floating up on this platform. He says, as long as you're moving with your mind and muscles, applying a strong enough current to your body will cause it to seize up momentarily. No matter what kind of superhuman you are, every second counts in battle. That's true, dude. Oh my god, they had a great plan too. I wonder how they're gonna edit this plan without Deku here, because obviously Deku. Oh my god. On one hand, I'm like, damn, we're missing out on what could be a really epic fight with Deku being here. But also, I like how they subverted our expectations and they didn't have him here, and that's the issue. They're like, oh shit, he's not here. Let's see how they do though. I think they'll still do okay. So he decays the cables. Of course he does. He gets out of it. That block from the ground sprung up real high and disintegrated. He thinks to himself. And then he says, all to stop the propagation of my decay, huh? You're going to tear down this place in no time, Genist. So he that's crazy. He like knows who he is just as casually talking to him like this. And then you see cables coming from behind him and he actually dodges. That's pretty badass. You must feel safer with me suspended in the air like this. But as soon as I touch the ground again, we're gonna run out of terrain in no time, he says. I'm not concerned about that at all, says Genist. Kerchunk! As Shigaraki turns. And we can see underneath, okay, so the panel that sprung up, it's getting like loaded with a new one. Okay, we knew about this. Like, I think Nezu said, like, we have steel plates that like will replace themselves and stuff. We have plenty of material to replace whatever's lost, says Genist. You're wrong for one, Shigaraki. Has your brain short-circuited already? Oh, Genist, I'd be careful not to talk shit. You got one lung to work with, my guy, and you're versing against like the main villain. So, you know, this place was specifically created in order to defeat you. As we get this, by the way, someone compared this to like Howl's Moving Castle, and it kind of does look like that. I am curious. There's like a piece, there's like the whole main campus, and then to the side, there's like this little extra floating island. I don't know what that is. At all, actually. A coffin in the skies. Oh, whoa. What do we zoomed in? Oh, okay. I thought we were zoomed in on the doctor for a second. I thought those were his like glasses that we're zooming in on. Not the case. That's like the thrusters that are on the side. A coffin in the skies, and we see inside is the labyrinth of like different things. Power loader pops up and says, plates F10 through 35, G10 through 45 have been damaged. As we get Cementos. Okay, so, all right, that makes sense. I bet you, okay, so we see Cementos. Maybe this is where Momo is too, to create shit. And then who else would there be? I'm trying to think, like, what other students could be here to help. Maybe there's, like, no one. Maybe it's just Cementos. Okay, I'll make up for the losses. Everyone get ready, says Cementos as he's creating something. And yes, we do get Momo and Hatsume, of course. Hatsume's hot. They're crazy. That's crazy. You have the like Hatsume and Chef just like right below this battle. Oh, that's this final arc is gonna be nuts, guys. Hatsume says, "Yep, I'd love some parts, please. What was your name again?" She doesn't know Momo's name. Oh, that's so Hatsume. That's so Hatsume. Because didn't she not remember Ida's name, even though she made a huge spectacle of Ida in the sports festival? That's so. Momo says, "Creati, but my friends call me Yamamomo. Call me whatever you please." She is creating more material. Yeah, Momo looking gorgeous right there. Nothing else to say. And then you have Lunch Rush in the background? A Lunch Rush cameo? I don't think we've seen that guy in the manga since, like, way back when. But he's obviously making Momo fuel. As we know, her fuel is food. Lunch Rush. I'm glad that guy's still around. Shout out to Lunch Rush. Still doing his thing. Making students food. That's too cute. Gina says, extremely lethal long-range attacks and a speed on par with All Might in his prime. Wow, let me reread that. That's actually a pretty big statement. Extremely lethal long-range attacks and a speed on par with All Might in his prime. That's interesting because if you remember back in the war, the doctor said it's not quite on par with All Might, but maybe that's because he wasn't finished yet. So now that he's finished, it's like on par with Prime All Might speed. That's crazy. It was quite the challenge to come up with a way to deal with you, he continues. After your awakening, the 2 battles you had allowed us to set the stage for this. And then in the background, we have Deku's fight against him and then his fight against Star. So basically they said the information we gathered from that was invaluable in making this. Hatsume says, I like that idea. Let's send him flying, as we get a little bit of a flashback. That 16-year-old girl had made this all possible, he thinks. On top of the evacuation system designed by the principal and the anti-decay measures, Hatsume came up with a way to overhaul it all. We divided the ground into even smaller blocks and gave them drone-like properties. So a lot of this is like kind of flashback. It's just filling us in. We cut to Momo. We had to overcome a lack of materials due to supply routes being destroyed. And a lack of sleep, since we were constantly working around the clock. So Momo helped with the supplies. And for people working around the clock, I'm sorry. I'm almost tearing up because that's a nice little callback. I don't know if I should laugh or just have my heart warmed. So basically, I'm looking, there's Power Loader, there's Cementos, and then there's ectoplasms, a lot of ectoplasms help with man muscle. And in the back, you have Nezu behind a crane, being crazy with the famous gif where he's drinking the tea. He's like, you know that one where he's messing with Kaminari and Mina during their test. He's behind the crane again, and that is Horikoshi. I love it. Love the callback. Love that. Sorry, I geeked out a little bit there. That was great. But the biggest obstacle we faced was the absurd amount of energy needed to move this thing and power the electromagnetic barrier. Oh, power. Oh, that's what that separate island is over there. That's the power source? Oh my god. Who else would be... I should have guessed this. Who else would be powering this thing? It's Kaminari and some... Okay, hold up. This is great. From Kaminari, you see... Woo! He's just shouting as he's just electrocuting this. It feels like... Oh, is that the comic book guy? Is he making words that, like, if you he's making electricity with the words. That's genius, because you know how you can make it like moist and like he make it bang explosions and stuff. Now he's making electricity with the word. That's so crazy. And we get two other people here who I don't know. They must be other students with electric quirks. Wow, so much at once here. Focus up, first years. Okay, so yeah, those are actually like second and third years. I wouldn't know. You don't ever see them. All you ever see is Nejire, Amajiki, and Mirio occasionally. The other third years might as well not exist. That's amazing that we're getting them, actually. Manga-kun, isn't this awesome? Shouts Kaminari. You okay there? We're technically in our second year now. That's true. Whoa, they are. Wait, did they, I can't remember, did they have a year one graduation? Or not graduation, but like a ceremony? I don't know. I guess not. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. There's a lot to analyze and talk about in this chapter so far. UA Hero Course, first year, Class B, Comic-Con. Yeah, but it says first year here, so they're technically not in second year yet. Despite what Kaminari shouts. But yeah, that was the manga guy. We are the key to this plan. We'll put Shigaraki behind bars. Come on, everyone. Damn right, shouts Kaminari. Let's light it up. Full charge. He looks so happy to be helping here. That's great. Everyone had to give their all to make this giant coffin move. It isn't about the honor. It isn't about the glory. The only reason we're all here today is because we want to protect the days to come. We will put an end to your destruction. Once and for all. Whoa, dude, this shot. This is a cool shot. So imagine the camera's behind Shigaraki's head as he's flying in the air, and it pans down and over your shoulder. You see Mirko charging at him. You see Bakugo. You see Edshot and Amajiki coming at him. I'm kind of worried. I don't think that this second war is going to be without casualties. Mirko is leading the charge here. I hope she's okay, because like she's already missing an arm and a leg. I don't think Amajiki would die. I don't see him dying. Bakugo, I mean, anything can happen. I don't think he'll die though. Edshot, you could presumably kill him because we don't really know him that well. I wonder if Horikoshi will have the guts to like take out someone. I'm like, my mind's racing. I'm sorry. This is like a crazy chapter. You've had your fun, says Shigaraki as he impact blasts. What does that do? He like shot a string or a laser out of his hand, and he tried to blow up one of the walls. That ain't gonna work, says Bakugo. Did you already forget what happened to Jakku? What happened to Jakku? Impact blast. Yeah, I don't understand what he's doing here. Someone let me know. I'm being dumb right now, and I don't know what Shigaraki's trying to do right here and why it's not working. That ain't gonna work, shouts Bakugo. Did you already forget what happened to Jakku? I honestly don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. Oh shit, that's what's going on. Okay, I remember what happened to Jakku now. I remember what happened to Jakku. And you guys thought Monoma was done? Monoma ain't done. Monoma's still shining like a bright star that he is. Over on the generator building, on the top. The genius. I don't know. Why didn't I think of this? I love this. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up and say it. We have Monoma sitting on a chair like an absolute king. And he's got Aizawa to his left and Manuel to his right, keeping his eyes dry. Why? Because he's copying Aizawa's erasure quirk. That's so awesome. I didn't think of that. Why did I think of that? Oh, Monoma. You already had a great moment, but here you are again. Almost in back-to-back chapters. Oh, dude. Love you. I always love Monoma. I love that cocky bastard. He's great. He's just laughing in his chair, by the way. Hey, stop moving, says Manuel. Not the biggest fan of Erasure, are you, Mr. Final Boss? He's just talking shit to freaking Shigaraki. Oh, I love it. That's peak Monoma. Monoma's peaked. He's laughing and talking shit to frickin' Shigaraki. And then you have, okay, I'm actually tearing up. This is like hilarious. This is amazing. Okay. You have Shigaraki, you cut to him, it zooms in, and his eyes are white, and he looks at Mr. Aizawa. Okay, wait. Is he gonna say my favorite Shigaraki line again? You really are pretty cool, Eraserhead. Okay, if he says that again, I'm gonna be happy. Although I can't fight directly anymore, as long as I stand by Monoma's side. Beautiful shot of Aizawa, by the way. Absolute hunk. We can work around the 5-minute limitation of his quirk. Yeah, it makes sense. If he has a time limit, just hold hands, buddies. There needs to be fan art of that. There needs to be fan art of Monoma and Aizawa just walking down the street holding hands. That'd be so great. Bros, dude. Dude, that's so... I just can't get over the fact he's using Aizawa's quirk. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to shut up and keep reading. All of this was put together so that Midoriya could have the upper hand in this battle. Yeah! Imagine if he was here, dude. He'd be beating the shit out of Shigaraki for sure. But this is bad. Midoriya is nowhere to be found. Yep. Oh! Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, gross. Alright. I don't really want to describe what I'm seeing right now. There's like a mutation going on with Shigaraki's hand, and it looks really gross. It looks really gross. I'm just gonna tell you, it's just multiplying into a bunch of little fingers and nails, and okay, I'm gonna ignore that for a little bit. Mirko, hi Mirko, thank you for providing some beauty to this scene, because the right panel is not, Hey Dynamite, the hell's that attack? Give me the deets. Beats me, he shouts, never seen it before. On top of all that, he's totally different from the incomplete version we saw in Jakku. Yeah, well, yeah, he's complete now, presumably. I guess we don't know that. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay, next panel. Okay. Please, God. I was kidding earlier when I said Mirko might die, okay? We get a shot of Shigaraki engulfing Mirko in his weird bulbous hand amalgamation that he has. I used to think you were so cool. What a letdown, Eraserhead. Shigaraki remains unfettered. Is that it? Oh my God. Okay, that was it. It's pretty obvious what just happened. So, as we know, Aizawa's quirk stops quirks from emitting, like if you want to shoot a laser or make fire or whatever, you can't create it. But it didn't work on heteromorphic types, I believe is what it's called. Remember the guy at the USJ who had 4 arms? And he's like, yeah, but it doesn't work on a heteromorphic type like me because he's got 4 arms. It's not like he's not activating anything. It's just like what he is. And as we just saw, he canceled out the explosion quirk because he was trying to blow up the barrier to get out. It didn't work. But despite that, this did work. So whatever this hand thing is, it is a heteromorphic type ability where it's just part of his body at this point. Oh my God, does that... Oh, dude, Mirko. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, great. Horikoshi, why? Why you gotta bring her back just to have her, like, immediately die? I mean, I don't think... Now, let me be clear. This is clearly a cliffhanger. It's meant to, like, make your jaw drop like mine just did. So I think she'll be fine. I think something's gonna save her. But... yeah. By the way, big booty shot here from Mirko as she's getting engulfed by this hand. Anyone else notice this? I'm not just trying to be like the guy. I'm not trying to be that guy, but hot damn, he just drew her booty huge right here in this last panel. But hey, it's Mirko. What you gonna do? This chapter was great. What a start to the fighting. really awesome. So right off the bat, I'm surprised we're starting right off with Shigaraki, but it's kind of like Shigaraki would butt in. You dare make me wait for my fight? No, I'm going first. I can totally see that. But we got a little insight as to who's in control here. I think the OG Shigaraki is more or less the one in control right now. Because All For One, if he was in control, wouldn't say the line that he says, and Tenko definitely wouldn't. The line of, I used to think you were so cool. What a letdown, Eraserhead. I love that twist, by the way. I hate how gross his hand looks, though. Hmm. This is a really good chapter to start off. So, hmm. Just gathering my thoughts here. So there's actually a lot of people involved in this fight. Not directly, but indirectly too. Uh, which, by the way, come on, Mirko. I don't want you to die. Obviously, it's a fake out. It's a fake out. Just to get over that. It's a fake out. Put up with it for a week. We have quite a lot of students here actually helping out. We have Momo down below with Cementos and Power Loader. We have Kaminari on the side helping power this whole thing. That's great. Obviously, Hatsume is here too. Gina, and Aizawa. They obviously dedicated some good resources to dealing with Shigaraki. If Deku was here, I would go far as to say this is a pretty solid plan. Not foolproof, as we just saw. Clearly, he's able to ignore some of the effects of Erasure to some degree. He's probably got other tricks hiding in his sleeve too. All For One probably gave him, a bunch of good tools to use. It was a little bit naive of the heroes to think that this would just work, though, because obviously he wasn't complete at the time. So obviously he's going to develop. Now, that being said, he supposedly lost quirks against Star and Stripe. The whole Star and Stripe situation is still just like, if he didn't get nerfed, if he didn't lose anything significant, then what was the point of it, really? I mean, sure, they gathered information on Shigaraki, and it delayed him a little bit, but like, that just feels like such an odd detour now at this point. Huh. All right, so clearly the next chapter, we're going to have the resolution, not of this fight, but we'll see what happened to Mirko. Unless Horikoshi is extremely cruel and it bounces us to like a different fight where he's like, meanwhile, find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, just Yeah, good plan though. They got enough heavy hitters here. I would have loved to see Deku and Bakugo back to back fighting Shigaraki. I have a strong suspicion that as these fights go on and they start to break down, whether we get winners of them or not, I think that some of them will start to mesh together. How, I don't know. Like I don't think that these structured fights as they are right now will be how everything ends up. I think things will crumble apart. The barriers between groups might falter a little bit. Don't ask me how. I just kind of feel like that's going to be where it goes. Because obviously Deku has to like eventually fight Shigaraki, right? That'd be crazy if it was. There's just so much that I want to appear in this arc. Like, are we ever going to truly find out the nature of Aries' quirk? Like, I feel like that's such an enigma for this series that I thought for sure at one point it was going to be revealed. Has not. We still need to find the second quirk for Deku. The second user, I should say. Got to find out his quirk. I'm sure that'll appear during his fight against Shigaraki. Where's Mirio during all this? Like who's he fighting? We didn't. People have commented before. We don't know where Mirio is. There's just a lot. There's a lot. Like Gentle and La Brava, were they just one-off characters, never to return? Probably at this point, because there's not really any time to like add them in. Rest in peace, my dreams of a Vigilantes crossover or a cameo. That's definitely not going to happen. I'd be shocked. Imagine that if Koichi appeared. I will flip my chair on camera. That would be the greatest thing ever. But I don't really see that happening now. No else to say. Great chapter. Fantastic chapter. So, hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, this has been Mighty Gazelle. Hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.